Hey everyone, Ravinous here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, our playthrough of 3.2 or 2.0 through 3.2. Helps if I say that word. Anyway, so last time I had forgotten that we needed to do a dungeon, and that put us in this situation where this guy won't let us continue until I gain another level. So, two birds, one stone. Let's get into the dungeon then. Alright, welcome to Cutter's Cry. Let me get like, let's see. There we go. So first, this is a very odd dungeon. So, first thing we need to do is there's actually no exit to this certain area until we kill everything. So, we just gotta do just that. Alright. Got the ends taken care of. We also gotta watch our feet. Because those... Because, like the sand can pop up underneath us like it does that, to our healer over there. It does damage. You can see that. Don't step in them. They'll kill you. Probably. But one of the things about this is, even though a lot of people find this to be one of the least favorite dungeons, I actually think it is important for people to do this one because of the last boss. Learning the last boss will help you so much. Okay, there's the chill. That will give us the rest of them. There's that level up we were looking for. But knowing how to deal with the last boss in here will help you immensely in other fights in the game. But one of the things I did, by the way, is I went ahead and equipped a pair of earrings I got for my... I think it was the Stormblood pre-order, because since I'm not doing side quests as much, I want to get us into situations, or I want to try to keep us out of the situation that we've been in where I haven't had the level I need to continue on. So, and that's really happening because I'm not doing the side quests. So, to compensate, I'm going ahead and using the earrings that give me bonus experience. Alright, so they are dead. Go to the Shifting Sands and jump in. Because that's apparently the logical thing to do. Find some quicksand, jump right on in. Anyway, so yeah, I'm wearing the earrings to compensate for the experience I'm not getting. Look, these only work until level 50, so once we get into Heaven's Ward, where I will be doing side quests, then... you know, not only will they not be working, but, you know, I would have taken them off even if they were. Because we won't need them. Because Heaven's Ward is like Stormblood, where it's designed where you won't have any, like, level gaps. Like, there's actually a multi-level gap near the end of Realm of War of the 2.0 series. That means I'm going to have to do... Okay, here we go. Terrible chill. We got more ants on the outside. But, what I'll do for that is I'll have to do some off-camera grinding. I'll let you know when that comes up, so that way you guys will, if you do a playthrough of your own, will know where that is and how much it'll affect you by actually... if you actually do all the side quests. You'll be over-leveled for a lot of stuff, but I think by that point, it'll make up for the gap. and you'll have less grinding to do. But since I can grind off camera, we can try to speed this along in how you guys are watching it. That is my plan. As I punch these ants, punching ants. Alright, more shifting sands, head on in. Okay, so now we are in a different type of area where it actually has more of a, like, real map. I mentioned this because this place apparently was really strange back in the 1.0 days. Like, this was like an endgame dungeon. Or close to endgame anyway. So, the layout translated to a Realm Reborn very oddly. Because they did want to make these dungeons a bit more linear. That way they're easier to understand. Because this was one of the, I think, 2 dungeons, the other being Totorak, that were originally had like multiple objectives, multiple paths to go, depending on what you did and how fast you did stuff. Your rewards would change, that type of stuff. So, oh, you also might have noticed I changed my HUD a little bit. It's more in line with how I have it in on my main. Because if I put my status bar down at the bottom, it's closer to my health pool, so I can see what's going on there. And I put the enemy list like really close to my left, so I can quickly see who's casting what and act accordingly. So like right now, this guy's going to explode. We're going to see the cast bar show up when he starts it on the enemy list. There it is, and I go for a stun. I now have to run. Now he won't have a stun for. Someone will get the hell out. But apparently we killed him in time anyway. There is a craftable piece of gear down there, like you get the base of a pretty much a piece of crap you can build into something somewhat useful for a while leveling, but not very important. Okay, we're at the princess now, where she is pretty straightforward to begin with, but she's going to summon ads later, and one of the ads is going to heal her. So I don't know if this guy wants us to burn the boss or kill that ad. We're not really talking, so I did inform them of recording, so hopefully they won't lock me out of the last boss when I record that sequence. Okay, silence on the tank, that's okay. So, keep at it as per usual. I tend to say I keep at it whenever I'm punching these creatures and have nothing else really to say. Okay, the Marshal is the one who heals her. But I would keep attacking the boss. Nope, I'm going to attack the ad. Alright, now I'm going to attack the boss again. So now she shouldn't be getting healed. Danger, summoning guards, yeah, those are endless. Which is why we need to focus on the boss now. Soldiers and guards, completely endless. Now, there is a strategy I love to do when I'm either an Astrologian or a White Mage, and that is the... Hold on a second. That is an upgrade need. But if you're clever with regens, you can run laps around the boss while throwing regens on your party members. And that actually keeps them far enough away that they don't regen her, and yet you can still heal your party members. You just have to completely run around the entire arena. So, got the helmet. It's a good upgrade, but it is rather ugly looking, so I turned it off. It's weirder when you're a Makote because you get the ears added to the helmet. So, I figured I'm not going to wear it. Or I'm not going to display it. Instead, that's what I love about the option to not display helms. It's also helpful when you get those various headpieces that don't show your face and you're trying to watch a cutscene. And you're like, well, what is my character? Because, you know, our characters don't really express themselves verbally. Like, later on, they start giving us dialogue options. But we don't actually talk. And it's mostly communication from our characters is through emotes, facial expressions, that sort of thing. So if you can't see the face, that's kind of useless. Hey, it's one of those busted items that you can repair into something. That's garbage. Alright, so now we don't have to kill enemies to get the shifting sands. But we gotta make sure we can get there. Okay, I'll hop in. So we one more level, one more floor like that. And we'll get to the next boss, and then it's pretty straightforward after that. Ah, why are you getting me? I don't have Featherfoot with me. I wish Featherfoot could save me. Okay, they're not attacking me anymore. Now, by watching my enemy list, I can see, okay, needles. I can stun it. I'll attack the bird, as it does cone AoEs too. Keep on punching and kicking. Kicking helps. Now, I believe one more level and I'll have access to another roll ability. Now, since the 4.0 change, the roll ability is essentially your overall level is what dictates how many slots and abilities you have. But even if it sinks you down, you keep it. Now, what I don't know is if I were to, say, switch over to, say, Lancer, which I had to make, past that, it's healing, which I made back when it was required to be Monk. It's now level 15. I don't know how that will affect the roll actions. I'll take a look at that later. So I do have a few roll actions right now, which I have unlocked on Monk, but given level should be locked on Lancer. Now I know level syncing doesn't relock them, but does changing to a lower level job do that? I imagine it would, but I also expected level syncing to get rid of them as well. So I don't know. Alright. Just you left. And so long as we don't see a patrol, we should be able to get to the next boss. Right there. Good. Do I see any enemies nearby? None that are going to patrol. Here we go. So yes, you'll find some accessory chests in this area. Some chests will have garbage. Anyway, here's our next boss. Luckily, he was a pain. This whole dungeon was a pain in the ass as a scholar, but luckily the tools that the scholar needs have been put into the roll system, so they should have them. Because this guy, you really need a Suna as a healer, because this is like guy will put a nasty dot on you, on actually characters at random. So hopefully he'll remember to take those off. I will point it out if I get it on me. Other than that, this guy, if he goes underground, you want to get out of the center. That is one of the big deals with him. Okay, so the dot is on the monk right now. Okay, you got it cleansed off. Get out of the center. Okay, he's going after somebody. Pops out, hurts the healer. Now, it's not the only thing he'll do while he's underground. We'll be able to see at least one more. He might go for another as well. So yeah, he has 3 things he can do underground. But for now, we'll keep going. Okay, he goes underground. Now, I believe he's going to do the vortex. Nope, he's going after a person again. You notice how I backed away. I was away from everybody else because I knew that once he gets to where he thinks a person is, he'll come out in an explosion. That's why our healer just died. Uh-oh. Alright, this could be a bit, risky now. Alright, he's going under. I'm gonna get away from everybody. She's in the vortex. Yep, vortex. Stay out of the center. Good. I need to heal myself. Now the problem is going to be, if he puts a dot on me, I'm not going to be able to recover. Which he just did. And now the boss is on me. And I die. Mainly because the tank said die, so he turned off his shield oath. Essentially, the tank reset it. Which I think we could have had him. Oh well. Now, if I was a ranged DPS, I know I would have the last boss. But I'm not, so let's see how it goes. Now, is it being guarded? No? Good. But when the healer dies, so not my fault. I'm going to continue on. I was showing you guys how to do it. So, I was hardly taking any damage at all. Alright. Hopefully the tank will remember to go back into shield oath. Hold on a second. They have shield oath. They say it doesn't matter. That is not being a proper tank. See, I get away from that. Now I wish I had the tools to... See, when they say it doesn't matter, then I kind of wish I had the tools to pull it off. But I don't right now. Honestly, they take less damage. Let's separate. I get away from that. I'm the only one who doesn't take damage. See, that's the problem right here, is I think the healer is having trouble catching up because of the defense. See, while I'm watching, or while my muscle memory is doing the fighting, I can watch the various health bars and whatnot. Luckily, I'm good at self-preservation and will help out the healer by healing myself. See, now they switch over to Shieldo. I'll watch that. Alright, now is it going to be the random explosion ones? Nope, Vortex. There's one where he does, like, random explosions all over the place. There we go. I feel vindicated because they turned on Shield Oath. Okay, in comparison, it is better, so I will need on that. I don't know if I will get it because we have another monk in the party. Alright, now this place is more linear. Yeah, I didn't get it. That's okay. Yeah, I feel vindicated that they turned on Shield Oath, like I said. Hold them! Take less damage. And because a lot of the tanks will immediately think, oh, I need my tank stance for aggro, but it also helps increase their defenses. So if you're not in your tank stance and the healer's having trouble, there's your problem. There we go. Move on forward. Avoid the fire. Now, if we went to the right from here, from my perspective, which would be northwest on the map, there's another 3 ads over there. You can see them right now. And another accessory over there. I don't know if we're going to go to that, but I figure I'd point it out for you. Yeah, the tank just wants to get this done with. Which I don't blame them, because, you know, we're at the 25-minute mark. Ish. Well, I don't want to stand in that. I'm going to go back here and say, do that. Now I can see what the The reason I did that was just to put the golem on my enemy list. Because I can't really see his health right now because he's so damn tall. It's off the top of my screen. But putting him on my enemy list, I can see where we're at. See, healers have it easy in that respect because by throwing a heal, they automatically put every enemy that we're fighting on their enemy list. Tanks do it on purpose with AoEs like Flash that like she just used. But as DPS, we have to go about it a different way. See, I'm not going to use a full AoE rotation on this. There's only 3 of them. We did the math a little bit ago and realized that 3 is kind of the... it's the line. If we're fighting more than 3, you definitely want to do an AoE rotation. If it's less than 3, you want to use a single target rotation. 3 is the line itself, so you can go either way. But I think I will stick with a single target rotation on these. Just so I can also point stuff out and not run out of TP. Alright, now if we went up here and went left, which is the path that goes slightly south but more to the west, there's another 3 ads and a treasure chest right over there. And they seem to want to go for this. Oh, no? Okay. But there's another accessory over there. Okay. So this will be the last trash pull as things get very red. Let's get all of them on the... Why do you want to take out the Spriggans first? Well, whatever. When I'm tanking, unless there's a specific reason, I really don't care who they go against because I tank everything and make sure everything has a good amount of bread on it. I even practiced that last night. And I did a really good job, actually. If I say so myself. But I do prefer my my melee. It feels comfortable there. It's like where I belong. Okay, so let's see. Time for the boss. Now, if I run past the line, I won't be locked out, and I can still watch the cutscene. I knew they'd pull, that's why I rushed like I did. Okay. So, this guy here has a bunch of different attacks. You need to keep an eye out for what they're doing. See, he does a slightly to the right cone for that's ice with Ram's Breath. He'll do Dragon's Breath, which is slightly to the left. I believe Lion's Breath does center. But it's not what we have to worry about as DPS. What we have to worry about is this right here. The voice. If it's Ram's voice, it's ice. We need to get out of it. If it is Dragon, we need to get in close. And I'm talking voice, not breath. See, Ram's voice. Oh. Was the one I needed to get away from. I was thinking Dragon, but I'll heal myself. So that's what happens when you screw up and you're an idiot. Alright, Dragon's voice, we want to be close. See, it's kind of a donut AoE. Alright, now he is going to target our healer and send an electric orb after him. He should run away. Alright, Dragon Voice, be close. Oh, that healer better heal himself. And fast. Alright, I got cover. But I need to make sure that... okay, it's going after me. So, here's where I'm going to run away. Uh-oh, healer died. Alright. Oh, that is too far. Alright. Now, if I was ranged, I could have kited him. But I can't. And honestly, if the tank would not have given up as they did, we might have been able to do it. So, we'll continue on. Oh, that's right. You had to be behind pillars. I thought there's a lot of donut style AOE's that you can outdistance them. I forgot that this was like the one that you couldn't. I think in future fights, because there are multiple Chimera in this game, and they all have, you know, pretty much the same type of moves. So that's why knowing how to fight this is so important. So I know there's yeah, oftentimes after this point they'll throw chimeras at us as ads for other bosses. So essentially we'll have to deal with this while fighting another boss, or the boss will disappear and have us fight it. But yeah, I'm not a fan of tanks that give up once the healer dies, because I have been in groups where after the healer dies we still pull off a win. Which is why I went up to the boss and started fighting it, because, you know, I can try to take a win, but honestly, I needed the tank to buy me a bit more time. That would have worked, especially because the other monk was still up too. But whatever. So, back to it. I'm going to take this side, so that way if we get the target, we're not standing on top of each other. Alright, it'll be a bit before he does the voice. And this is one of the only ones that actually give us another, like an emo right there I was saying about they turn blue. Like later versions, you have to actually watch the cast bars. Alright, blue. Breath. Alright, Violet, be close because of this dragon. Healer got hit. Alright, it's on me, so I'm going to get the hell out. Oh, blue, get away. See, I kited the electric ball away from the group, so that way it didn't hit anybody. Alright, he's focusing on the other monk. There he goes. Oh, that's a tricky one, though. It's okay, he's going to go behind a pillar because the Ord is chasing him. That's how he avoided that while being away from us. Alright, Violet, stay close. Dragon Breath. Okay, he's going to focus on the healer now. Okay, Rand's Keeper is going to put an ice patch down. Oh, blue, get away. Now, if the tank was good, they would pull the boss out of the ice patch. So that way we could get behind it. But they're not. Okay, Dragon's Breath, stay close. The other monk did that limit break. The tank is now standing in the ice. And making it so I have to avoid the breath. Looks like they're focused on the healer again. Alright. There we go. Dungeon complete. We did it. About time. Yeah, I'm going to give this my commendation to the other monk for having a good attitude and help and being really good at this. And everybody leaves and I get the loot automatically. Okay. Hey, it's an upgrade. So, we'll head on out. Look at that. I look somewhat decent. Alright, but that was Cutter's Cry. So, and that gave us our level, or rather early on. So, we should be able... There's Chocobo Butt. Alright. Thank you, Featherfoot. So, this guy will allow us to get our next story quest, but we will save that for the next episode. So, if you enjoyed this, give it a like. Any thoughts, comments down below. If you haven't subscribed to my beautiful face, to explore these videos, check out my Patreon. And thank you for watching. Till next time, later.